Breaking news. In a shocking turn of events, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced his resignation. Kishida, leader of the Liberal Democratic Party, will not seek re-election. This decision sends shockwaves through Japan and the international community. Kishida's departure triggers a leadership race within the LDP. The LDP has held power in Japan for most of the post-war era. The new leader will inherit a struggling economy, rising tensions in Asia, and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The timing is critical, with Japan set to host the G7 summit in just a few months. Kishida's resignation marks a turning point. It's a chance for Japan to reassess its priorities both domestically and globally. The world will be watching closely as Japan chooses its next leader. Fumio Kishida became Prime Minister in October 2021. He promised stability and continuity after years of political turmoil. Kishida's tenure had its share of successes. He navigated Japan through the COVID-19 pandemic, albeit with mixed results. He also strengthened Japan's security alliance with the United States. However, Kishida also faced significant challenges. Japan's economy remained sluggish. Public debt continued to soar. Kishida's approval ratings plummeted. He struggled to connect with ordinary Japanese citizens. His policies were seen as uninspiring and out of touch. Kishida's legacy will be debated for years to come. But one thing is certain: he leaves office under a cloud of disappointment. Kishida's sudden resignation surprised many. However, there were signs that his grip on power was weakening. His approval ratings had been in freefall for months. The Japanese public seemed exhausted by the endless cycle of scandals and policy failures. The LDP itself was showing signs of strain. Factions within the party were jockeying for position. Many questioned Kishida's ability to lead the LDP to victory in the next general election. Some speculate that Kishida was also facing pressure from within his own party to step aside. The LDP old guard may have seen him as a liability. They may have feared that he would lead them to defeat in the next election. Kishida's resignation, while unexpected, was perhaps inevitable. It reflects the deep-seated problems within the LDP and the growing disillusionment of the Japanese people. Section 4. Japan reacts, from shock to apathy. The news of Kishida's resignation sent shockwaves through Japan. Opposition parties were quick to criticize Kishida's record. They demanded a snap election, hoping to capitalize on the LDP's disarray. However, the public's reaction was more muted. Many expressed indifference. They had grown cynical about Japanese politics. Years of economic stagnation and political scandals had taken their toll. The Japanese people seemed to have lost faith in their leaders. They no longer believe that their voices are being heard. The LDP, once seen as a symbol of stability and prosperity, is now viewed by many as corrupt and out of touch. Kishida's resignation is a symptom of this deeper malaise. Section 5. The race to replace Kishida. Who are the front-runners? With Kishida's departure, the race to succeed him is on. Several contenders have emerged within the LDP. Each brings their own strengths and weaknesses to the table. One potential successor is Taro Kono, a popular figure who has served as both foreign minister and defense minister. Kono is seen as a reformer. He has been critical of the LDP's old guard. Another contender is Sanai Takaichi, a conservative firebrand who has served in several cabinet positions. Takaichi is a close ally of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. She is popular among the LDP's right wing. The race to lead Japan is wide open. The outcome will have major implications for Japan's future. Section 6. Japan's crossroads. A new era begins. Kishida's resignation marks the end of an era in Japanese politics. The LDP, which has ruled Japan for most of the post-war period, is facing an uncertain future. The challenges facing Japan are immense. The country is struggling to cope with a shrinking population, a sluggish economy, and a rapidly changing security environment. The next Prime Minister will need to be a strong and decisive leader. They will need to restore public trust in government. They will need to make tough choices about Japan's future. The world will be watching closely as Japan navigates this critical juncture. The stakes are high. The future of Japan and its place in the world hangs in the balance.